And this is 7-iron way up in the air, cutting off the TV tower. Looks perfect.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant there from Scheffler. That's exactly the kind of shot that Woods would have played at his peak.
And our 18th tower watching world number 1.
Boy, towered down. Just a great spot to leave his second shot on this par 5, and that is going to be an easy birdie. Really well played second shot to the right spot.
Playing into the wind today. This hole is going to take every inch of his power to get over the bunker at 340.
This is overcut over to the right side.
Should be fine today.
Just want to clarify what I was saying. You can use a device on the putting green, but you cannot write that information that you learned from the putting green. Oh, man, it almost dropped down.
That's great break. It caught the edge of the fringe and kind of shot it forward.
It's going to be a tap-in birdie for Scheffler. Back-to-back birdies. This almost went down for a 2.
Ted Scott just walked past me, Scottie's caddy, and said, "That's just good caddying." I told him to go right at it.
So after making 5 straight pars, Scheffler goes birdie at 6 and 7.
He's got a plan. Process-driven plan. That makes a whole lot of difference.
Is that the latest? Oh, man. Says he's got a line on the new putter on top. Helps me line it up. And they just try to keep it as simple as possible.
I think this week, although it's an unofficial event, they get world ranking points, of course, but I think this goes a long way in helping him as far as the confidence level. Little runway.
Great right to left wind to hold something with his cut. This is at the right edge of the green, staying right there.
Almost.
That's a really good spot, though. He's got all kinds of green to work with. It's going to stay on a slight upslope.
Yeah, great shot.
Out of that lie, that is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, very good from Scheffler. And importantly, he was coming from the right side of the green there. Nice contact on the ball, getting grip with the first bounce and then releasing slowly down the hill.
No problem. Beautiful up and down for Scheffler to stretch the lead back to 3.
Those are the kind of putts once in a while. And looks like that's another good one.
Up the right side as well.
I've seen a number of players lose balls up the left. I mean, this is what I'm saying. He's playing away from trouble. And even though it's not in the middle of the fairway, it's in the right section up the right-hand side and away from the danger.
Definitely looking a little left.
Just left of the flag. Good looking shot if it's the right number.
That's a great shot, bro.
It's just precision.
Another example of course management and on the right side of the flag. That's what builds the confidence. And every day you go on the range, you're putting on the same thing. You're putting in the same practice, doing the same processes. Nonetheless, it's going to be an important birdie.
Yeah, just a tap in. He really made that hole look easy. One thing that hasn't changed with Scheffler since he's been a little kid is his coach, Randy Smith, back at Royal Oaks Country Club in Dallas.
And this is 9-iron, so he's going to loft, throw this one way up in the air, get every bit of help he can out of that breeze. Now, what else can you say?
I mean, there's no backing off with Scottie Scheffler. He is so dialed in with his irons.
Final round last year, the second and the third rounds this year.
Great swing, Crip.
This might be a yard right of the center. We'll see. Maybe a yard left of the center.
It's right. Finishing like the class player that he is. Yep. It's been a great performance this week from him.
It may change with this new putting routine.
Exactly. I mean, he can just pull away from the field convincingly in a lot more consistent manner.
He's just going to put this thing away.
Yeah, and then a tester to finish off his tournament.
And there's the breakthrough at Tigers tournament. Scottie Scheffler coming off one of the best ball striking seasons in tour history this year. puts it all together in his third trip to the Bahamas. And that bodes well for world number 1 to cruise into 2024 with all that confidence. We showed you the picture of Meredith consoling him in Rome. This is a much different embrace at the Bahamas.
Scottie, after coming close the last couple of years, you get to hold that trophy here at the Hero World Challenge. I know playing with the lead in the final round is not easy, whether it's mechanically, strategically, emotionally. What did you lean on today to get the job done?
I try to come out and make good swings like I've been doing all week. I try not to overthink things, and I played solid golf today, no bogeys. So I felt like when I needed to make some birdies on the back nine, I was able to do so on 14 and 15, and then I just played solid today and kind of kept my distance from the rest of the guys.
Did you have the same game plan today with the lead as you did the previous 3 days?
Yeah, I mean, same game plan as always. I mean, my lines maybe changed by a few feet depending on the situation, but for the most part, I mean, everything was basically the exact same. I was just trying to hit good shots and get as many looks as I could for birdie.
You and I have talked about your work with Phil Kenyon. We talked about it on the broadcast today. You've worked hard coming into this tournament. Cumulatively, you putted well all week. What does this do for your optimism matched up with their great ball striking?
Yeah, I mean, I was optimistic going into this week. It's nice to see some fast results from the stuff that we've been working on. And like I said, Phil's been great for me just to have a clear head, and he's helped me kind of figure out what I'm good at and also the things I need to work on. And it paid off pretty good this week. It was nice to see some putts go in, especially some important ones, on some good momentum putts on Friday and Saturday. And then, I hit a lot of solid putts today as well. So, it was a good week.
Yeah, win is great any time of the year, but to get it at the end of the year as you turn the calendar into 2024, which is going to be a different season, starting at Maui where you will be, what does this do for momentum as you turn the calendar?
I think it's great momentum. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the week. This was kind of a build-up for a warm-up for the season, and I came in maybe not practicing as much as I would have for a regular tournament, but I was refreshed and ready to go, and so it was a good lesson for me kind of about the value of rest, and maybe I don't need to do as much of the preparation and focus more on the rest going into tournaments, but that's stuff that I'll reflect on after the week.
We talked about you working on your putting. For some players, they concentrate on one aspect of the game and maybe neglect the other. How have you been able to balance working on your complete game?
Well, my swing I think has a lot to do with how my body's moving, and even though I took a break this off season, I was still staying in the gym and doing all the things I was supposed to do, and I've done a good job the last few years on tour of kind of having one area of emphasis in the off season that I'm trying to improve on, and different years it's different things, but I'm always working on all aspects of my game, and Randy also does a really good job of making sure I'm not focused too much on one area as well.
Talking about Randy Smith, your instructor. Congratulations. I know it's going to be exciting to get the trophy from your friend and idol, Tiger Woods. We'll see you in Hawaii for the first tournament of the year.
All right. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.